Stadia is like the Mike Bloomberg of cloud platforms.
Why is that, Ralph?
Because nobody wants it.
Okay.
And it's never going to happen.
Okay.
But damned if they're not going to spend like $500 million to make fools of themselves.
Yes, exactly. All right. Okay. Well,
so pretty soon American Samoa is going to be like, I really love that Stadia, man. I'm a big fan. You know?
They did like Stadia. The one state that did like Stadia.
American Samoa, baby. That's the one.
All we're trying to say is, rip Bloomberg. You will be missed by all the people that you were paying, okay?
And nobody else.
No one else will care.
Where's my ice cream? Ah, thank you. Big gay ice cream is the best.
I'm with it. I'm hip.
Guys, as we know, Stadia sucks. We've been there before, but it turns out they're not giving up. And just this week, they made a very, very high-profile poach, I guess you'd call it. They grabbed some big talent from Sony Santa Monica, the former studio head of Sony Santa Monica, who headed up God of War 2018. Yeah, they're going to be working for Stadia now. So
that's the drop.
Big deal. That's the drop.
Okay. Stadia sucks.
Whoa, man.
Everyone knows it.
How could you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Everyone knows it. No one's excited for it now. It's still kicking on. It's like, just go away already.
It's like a rash.
Okay? It's like a rash.
But you know what's really weird? Like, so many people still defend it. They're like, actually, studios, why you guys so negative towards it? It's a scam, man. Okay? It's a scam, and they make you buy your games twice. Okay? That's why we don't like Stadia. Simple as that.
Look,
it's bad.
A lot of people are like, I played it, and it was really good. I mean, I see such a small percentage of people saying that.
Join us, Father.
It's bliss.
One of the things that was revealed this week in terms of the problems with Stadia is that they're just not paying devs enough money to make it happen. Quote, we were approached by the Stadia team, one prominent indie dev told me. Usually with that kind of thing, they lead with some kind of offer that would give you an incentive to go with them, but the incentive was kind of non-existent, they said. That's the short of it. It's a statement we heard echoed by several prominent indie developers and 2 publishing executives we spoke with for this piece. They go on to talk about the fact that there's just not enough money being thrown around by Google to get Stadia going, and then therefore there's just not an incentive enough to be able to make games for the platform, and that's why there are so few games on the platform.
Yep. I mean, look, it's actually good to have some sort of understanding now of like why we are seeing so little games on there compared to Epic. They're like, here's $10 million allegedly to Borderlands, 3 to go on our platform exclusively. This for me is like, okay, cool. This is why Stadia is in the position it is.
For sure.
Oh, they drove a dump truck full of money up to my house. I'm not made of stone.
The one thing if it was like completely shitty and no one could play it, but it was like full of games, then we'd have a problem on our hands because like we have to play Stadia. But luckily it sucks and there's no games on there, so thank God.
Luckily. One other big challenge is the fact that developers are genuinely worried that Stadia just won't be around in a few years' time. Quote, if you could see yourself getting into a long-term relationship with Google, ? But with Google's history, I don't even know if they're working on Stadia in a year. That wouldn't be something crazy that Google does. It's within their track record. And that's very true.
No, I have Google Glass still, right? There's actually an entire website dedicated to, it's called killedbygoogle.com.
You can find a list here of all the things that Google has killed, such as Google Trips, Google Jump, Inbox by Google, Google Hangout, Google Zigzag, Google Notifications Nearby,
Google Gaming. YouTube Gaming.
YouTube Gaming, Encrypted by Search, Google Ouija Board, Pixel Chrome, Google Tic-Tac-Toe, Google My Tracks, Google Face Slam. So many things, in fact, that I made up 4 of those, and you didn't even know that I made up 4 of them, because there's just so much shit there that Google has killed over the years.
That's a good game. Like, someone just says Google something, and someone has to be like, was that true? Like, Google Songza. Is that a real thing? I mean, now you gotta look it up.
Could be.
It could be.
But despite this track record of failure, Google shows no signs of giving up when it comes to Stadia. Just this week, Stadia has announced that they're bringing on Shannon Studstill to the team, the former head of studio for Sony Santa Monica. Quote, I've been a big fan of Shannon's for a long time, said Stadia's games boss Jade Raymond, and have admired her award-winning work leading Sony's Santa Monica studio and the industry-defining franchises titles like God of War that have won fans all over the world. She has an extensive background in product development and creative leadership, but most importantly, she's a visionary who, as the studio director, will lead and inspire the Play Vista teams. We're thrilled to welcome her to the Stadia family. Just to clarify, Play Vista is the new studio that's being set up by Google Stadia, and this person's going to head it up, and it's going to have multiple teams in there working on different games.
It's a huge win, let's be real.
Very
God
big
of War was not only the game of the year, but it's actually the game of the generation for a lot of people, right?
For sure.
To get the studio ahead of that, it gives a lot of confidence to people that are like, oh, an exclusive game company with Stadia, God, that's probably going to suck. Do you know what I mean? The moment she jumps on, it legitimizes that a lot more.
Definitely. And I mean, just to be clear about studio heads as well, they are so integral to the process. You might think, oh, it's all just Cory Barlog, he's the director, so therefore that's it. He's the visionary over the top of it, but people like studio leads are the ones that are like the machine that makes it happen.
And they green light stuff, you know?
Totally.
They see the vision of things.
For
So
sure.
she's obviously has a proven track record of seeing when games are going to be good.
She was senior director of product development for a whole bunch of stuff that happened at Sony Santa Monica and other studios that she's been associated with, like Pixel Junk, some of the God of War spin-off stuff, Twisted Metal, Journey.
Journey?
Yeah, she was involved in that.
All-Stars, it's coming back
Yeah,
potentially.
PlayStation All-Stars, a whole bunch of stuff. Even The Order. Remember The Order 1866? Look it up, it's a thing. So anyway, she's a very, very storied, very experienced person who's had a tremendous career behind her, leading up one of the most successful studios in the world, and now she is working for Google Stadia, setting up a new studio for them.
Very exciting. She didn't work on NAC 2 though, which kind of sucks. But look, now the big question is, okay, they've got her on board. What is Stadia actually working on?
Well, that's the thing. Article here from IGN sort of discusses that, but says that we don't really know anything. Quote, announced by Jade Redmond, VP Stadia Games Entertainment, Studstill Studio will focus on delivering exclusive games using new gameplay mechanics, creative ways to play together, and unique interaction models that we're just starting to explore. While we're not ready to share the specific game plans yet, rest assured we are listening to what gamers want and adding our own Stadia twists to create new IP and experiences.
So ultimately, guys, that means nothing.
It's just
okay,
enough.
that means that's corporate crap for saying.
We're going to do some things.
We got some stuff planned. You better
trust
believe
us.
it. We just have no idea what it really is. Okay,
Correct.
but who knows? But look, there's other first-party studios that are working with Stadia exclusively.
Correct. There are actually two others. There's one based in Montreal, and there was another one that was just acquired. Typhoon Studios, the guys who made Journey to the Savage Planet, they were acquired. So now we've got 3 dedicated Stadia game dev studios that have just been acquired to make games. Not just, acquired, but actually set up. 2 studios are being set up. One of them was acquired. And there's the requirement that these studios will produce content. Now, here's the thing, right? Making games takes years. You can't turn around a game in like 4 or 5 months. Most games that people are going to want to buy are going to take 2 to 3 years to make. And they have just started setting up 2 of these studios now. It's going to be many years before these studios put out a game.
100%. I mean, look, let's be real. If Epic Games came out with a platform and they're like, by the way, guys, we've just opened a new platform, jump on, explore, there's no games for 3 to 5 years. No one would go on there, okay? You need to actually have stuff in the pipeline. Either you're making it yourself a few years before you launch, or you've got exclusives already on board. Stadia has like one exclusive called like Orcs Must Die or something. Never heard of that freaking thing in my life. Let's be real.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Like, no one knows about
Of
it.
course.
So maybe Stadia, as much as everyone hates exclusives on platforms, they probably need to do that.
Yeah,
you know, like,
and they don't really have a lot of time to waste because the competition is already here. Like, we're talking, GeForce Now is already live. It's got 1 million subscribers and it's got over 1,500 games on its service. Project xCloud is already here, and if you're like already in the Xbox ecosystem, then that's already a thing that you get for basically free right now. PS Now is going to be a thing. It's already a thing now, but they'll ramp it up in future with PS5, no doubt. Amazon are also going to announce a streaming service at some point this year, and who knows how ready they'll be. But the point is, like, this ship is already sailed. It's like they're building the aeroplane while it's flying.
I hear you. And look, even smaller, I mean, big publishers still, but even smaller players in the game like EA and stuff are doing it too. So like, there's just going to be so many already established cloud-based platforms and companies that Stadia is going to be so... I mean, I thought for a moment that they were, ahead of the curve. But really, now we've seen it come out, the technology of it, the performance of it, the
business
games,
model.
the business model, it's completely behind. And
it is.
It's just, look, it's great to... Well, not great, really, because they have lost someone, great for Santa Monica. It's great to see maybe they got someone that will try and make some great games for Stadia, but I do feel like it's too late. I really do.
I mean, yeah, look, it all depends on Google Stadia's willingness to go the distance. If they want to stick this out for 5 or 10 years, sure, maybe they can succeed, maybe. But it really is a 3 to 5 year journey for these guys to really get market share, and I don't think Google has the stomach for 3 to 5 years of anything unless it immediately takes off. They have a huge track record of proving that's not the case, so, man, my message is always the same. Don't buy anything on Stadia. It probably will not exist in like 18 months time. Do not waste your money. Buy it on xCloud, buy it on PS Now, buy it on Steam and play it on GeForce Now. Do that instead. Well, probably not GeForce Now because I'll probably take it off the platform. As much as I would love to be able to say you can use GeForce Now with confidence, it makes me sad to say that you can't.
Sadly not.
Damn you devs. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the news today. Take care.
Great.
Bye.